Have you ever walked into someone's home and felt an immediate, unexplainable sense of peace? Not just because it was spotless, but because it felt ordered, like the air was easier to breathe? Now compare that to your own space on a Tuesday evening. The mail is piling up. There's a half-empty coffee mug on the counter. A stray sock in the hallway. You tell yourself, I'll get to it later. But as you sit on the couch to relax, you can't. There's this quiet, nagging hum in the back of your skull. A background noise of guilt and exhaustion that you can't quite turn off. Why does that happen? Why does a single pile of laundry feel like it's physically weighing down your shoulders? Most people think those clean people are just more disciplined, or that they have some cleaning gene you missed out on. But that's a lie. Here is what I have discovered. People with spotless homes aren't just tidier, they are operating on a completely different neurological frequency. And I don't mean that in a mystical sense, I mean it literally. Today, I'm going to show you that a messy home isn't an aesthetic problem. It's a biological attack on your brain. And if you've ever felt like your own environment was quietly suffocating you, then this is the most important video you will watch this year. Let's start with a hard truth. Look around the room you're in right now. What do you see? Your brain doesn't just see objects. It sees commitments. There's a concept in environmental psychology called cognitive load. Think of your brain like a high-performance computer. You have a limited amount of RAM, mental processing power. Every single thing in your field of vision that is out of place, that is a program running in the background. The dirty dish in the sink, that's a program. The unread mail, that's a program. The dust on the bookshelf, that's a program. Your brain registers every single one of these as unfinished business. And unfinished business is mentally expensive. Your brain is literally burning calories just to ignore the chaos you live in. But here's the question. If we know it's draining us, why is it so hard to just pick it up? Why do we choose the stress over the solution? Stop for a second. Think about the last time you felt truly overwhelmed. Was your desk a mess? Was your sink full? We often think we're too stressed to clean, but the science suggests the opposite. We are stressed because we aren't cleaning. A landmark study at Princeton University proved this. They found that physical clutter overloads your visual cortex. It's like trying to listen to a whisper in a room full of people screaming. It impairs your ability to process information. It makes you less sharp. It makes you prone to mistakes. So when you say, I can't focus today, look at your desk. Is it the work that's hard, or is your environment literally sabotaging your intelligence? Now, I want to take you deeper. Let's talk about the emotional cost. There's a specific feeling, you know it, when you walk into a room and just sigh. It's a feeling of defeat. This is where the internal locus of control comes in. Most of your life is chaotic. You can't control the stock market. You can't control your boss. You can't control the weather. This creates a deep-seated primal anxiety. We feel like victims of a world we can't manage. But your home? Your home is your sovereign territory. When you decide that a surface will be clear and you make it clear, you are sending a powerful signal to your subconscious. You are telling your brain, I am the architect of my reality. I am in control. But here is what almost nobody realizes. And this is the pivot point for everything. If cleaning feels like a chore to you, you have already lost the battle. The people with spotless homes, they don't have more willpower than you. In fact, they might have less because they don't use willpower to clean. Think about it. Do you use willpower to brush your teeth? Probably not. It's just part of who you are. This is the identity shift. People who struggle with clutter see cleaning as a task to be completed. I have to clean the kitchen. But people with clean homes see order as a standard to be maintained. They aren't cleaning. They are simply protecting their peace. To them, a messy counter isn't just messy. It's a violation of their mental sanctuary. It's like a loud noise in a library. They don't force themselves to fix it. They fix it because they can't stand the mental noise it creates. Now let's get into the dark side of the mess, the part no one likes to talk about. Research has shown that individuals living in cluttered homes have significantly higher levels of cortisol in their blood. Cortisol is the primary stress hormone. It's the fight or flight chemical. Imagine that. You come home from a stressful job hoping to relax, but because your house is a mess, your body stays in a state of biological emergency. Your heart rate is slightly higher. Your digestion is slightly worse. Your sleep is shallower. You are literally aging faster because you haven't put your laundry away. Do you feel that? That slight tension in your chest when you think about the junk drawer or the closet you're afraid to open. That isn't just guilt. That is a physiological stress response. Your house is attacking you. So, how do we break the cycle? How do you move from the person drowning in open loops to the person who lives in a sanctuary? You have to stop focusing on the cleaning and start focusing on the open loops. Every object out of place is a question your brain has to answer. Where does this go? When will I fix it? Why am I like this? When you pick up that one sock, you aren't doing a chore. You are closing a file. You are reclaiming 1% of your mental RAM. You are silencing one tiny scream in your environment. The secret isn't a big clean on Saturday. That's a trap. That's just a temporary fix for a permanent problem. The secret is the 30-second rule. If it takes less than 30 seconds, do it now. Not because you have to, but because you refuse to let a piece of plastic or a pile of paper steal your mental energy. You need to decide today. Are you a person who has to clean, or are you a person who values their clarity? One is a burden. The other is a superpower. When you walk into a clean room, you aren't just seeing a lack of dirt. You are seeing the physical manifestation of a focused mind. You are seeing a person who has decided that their internal peace is more important than their laziness. Your home is an extension of your brain. If your home is in chaos, your mind will follow. But if you can master those four walls, you will find that the chaos of the outside world starts to lose its power over you. You aren't just tidying a room. You are building a fortress for your soul. Now look around again. What is the one thing, just one, that is currently stealing your energy? Go fix it, not for the house, for you. If this psychological perspective shifted something for you today, hit that subscribe button. We dive deep into the hidden mechanics of the human mind every single week, so you can stop being a victim of your habits and start being the master of your life. Drop a comment. What is your biggest open loop right now? What is that one pile of stuff that's been draining your RAM for weeks? Let's talk about it. And if you're ready to take this mental clarity and turn it into elite productivity, you need to watch this video right here. It's the neurological deep dive into how to prime your brain for peak performance. I'll see you there.